Hello and welcome to TelecomTV. We're here at the Small Cells World Summit in Excel in London's Docklands, and I'm talking with Dan Rodriguez, who is the General Manager, Comms Infrastructure Division at Intel. Welcome. It's been a couple of years since we met. You've hardly changed at all.
Thank you. Thank you for the nice
Well, you've changed your clothes, but you don't look any older. Put it like that. I'd like to begin by asking you, we're at this small cell show. Intel is into small cells, is into many other things, and small cells have been around for quite a while now. They've gone through several iterations and spawned different strands of businesses and so on. Where do you see small cells being in the next 5 years? I'll tell you why I'm asking the question. Traditionally in telecoms we've only managed to look a year and a half ahead at the most, because of consolidation, changes, new technologies, mergers and acquisitions and so on. Now suddenly we're looking more and more down a sort of 5 year, through a 5 year window or down a 5 year telescope, as a result of transformation, new networks, SDN, NFV, 5G, the cloud and so on. So what's it going to look like in 5 years' time?
So when we think about small cells, we actually think about small cells in a much broader context and looking at the entire wireless network in addition to just looking at wireless access. So from a wireless network perspective, we see small cells as part of the overall solution to deliver better data speeds, better capacity, as well as reduce network congestion. And then when you look at wireless access, small cells is part of the larger kind of heterogeneous networks, where we're definitely going to see a mix of big and small cells, and we're going to have a variety of form factors. Some of these form factors haven't even been imagined yet today, where you'll see in some cases, you'll see Cloud RAN implementations. You also may see mini C-RAN, basically an ultra dense form factor targeting stadiums, enterprises, as well as other indoor locations. And then you'll also in some cases see small cells. And small cells are a great opportunity to provide additional densification of the network. And with small cells, you could tap into both licensed as well as unlicensed spectrum depending on the needs of the operator at the given location.
Okay, thank you. Now, we're at the Small Cells World Summit. What is Intel doing here? You're showing anything specific? Have you got any news? Are you retrenching your position and reiterating it, or what?
We're showing a few different things. So one is we're talking about our broad message of heterogeneous networks, but specifically the two demos we're showcasing here are pretty important. So one of them is a mobile edge computing demo, and essentially what that's all about is diffusing intelligence throughout the entire network and placing some of that intelligence right at the edge towards the wireless access portion of the network. Now we're here showcasing this with one of our key partners, ACS, who is a systems integrator. In addition to the mobile edge computing demonstration, we're also demonstrating LTE, LLA, so again that licensed spectrum paired with unlicensed spectrum. We have a small cell working with that today, as well as an Intel-based device paired with this LTE, LLA small cell.
So tell us about the collaboration with ACS. How significant is it?
So ACS is a very significant collaboration. When we think about mobile edge computing and truly diffusing that intelligence throughout the network, we've got some work to do. One is we've got some work to do within the standards body. There's recently been a standards group kicked off called, basically it's ETSI's industry standard group called Mobile Edge Computing Consortium. That's really critical to drive standards-based implementation, but then also partnering with companies like ACS, who's an Intel network builder, as you know, is critical as well, because they, at the end of the day, have to pull together all these applications and all the hardware and then do the hard job of actually integrating the solution into a tier 1 service provider. So they're a critical part of our ecosystem.
You mentioned Intel network builders. You and I know what they are because we've spoken about it before and we've done lots of stuff on it, but there'll be somebody in the audience probably who doesn't know what it is. So just briefly explain what it is and why it's important.
Intel network builders is really critical for us. I think you mentioned at the beginning the long run up to the next 5 years where we're really driving as an industry towards network transformation.
Sure.
So we support a wide variety of industry bodies, but we felt it was really important that we tried to rally the ecosystem around this common cause of network transformation. So it's about pulling the ecosystem together, delivering innovative solutions, delivering recipes that truly operators can take to market to implement things like NFV and SDN.
When you talk about network builders, who do you mean?
Network builders encompasses a wide variety of folks, everywhere from OEMs, ISVs, OSVs, virtualization vendors, some of the leading telecommunication equipment manufacturers, as well as operators.
Okay, thank you. Now, we mentioned briefly 5G, Dan. How important are small cells going to be in 5G, do you think, and what will Intel's input be to that?
So I think small cells in the conjunction with the rest of the heterogeneous network will be very important. If you think about 5G and you think about driving additional capacity and additional speed on the network, there's lots of talk about using higher frequency bands. Small cells is a perfect type of form factor to take advantage of those higher frequency bands and truly deliver that increased capacity and lower network congestion that we're all after.
So final question to you, looking forward, as we always do in these things, as far as you're concerned, what is the strategy over the next, let's say, 12 months, couple of years, as far as small cells, Wi-Fi, RAN, etc. is concerned? What are you going to be driving toward?
So at Intel, what we're thinking about is looking at the broader kind of network challenge and how to hit the capacity and then reduce the congestion, etc. We think about a strategy that embraces truly both licensed spectrum and unlicensed spectrum. And I think that the demonstration we have on the show floor is kind of proof of that, where we partner with, not only our network team, but also our device team in showcasing the LTE-based LA demo.
So Dan Rodriguez, good to see you again, and thanks very much. We'll watch with interest to see what Intel does next.
Great to see you again, Martin. Thank you.